At what point did you guys turn your attention towards the SEC title game after bludgeoning the Aggies 50-7 on Saturday?
Yeah, we enjoyed it a little bit in the locker room, but our guys are focused. There wasn't a lot of celebration going on. I think it was more of a celebration of being 12 and 0, going undefeated, 15 great seniors. What a great night, Tiger Stadium, and on to the SEC championship.
Well, and kind of part and parcel with that, Coach. So you finished the regular season undefeated. What is the attitude of the team right now going into this SEC? Do they seem focused to you?
Just getting started. I feel like these guys, they wanted to go undefeated during the season, but now they know here's the real time. This is go time for us. And yesterday was probably the most enthusiastic Monday practice that we've had all season. So that tells me a lot about the leadership and the direction of the team.
Coach, I said this morning, and I stand by it. Watching the film this week was the first time all year where I actually had a lot more fun watching the defensive side of the ball than the offensive. I mean, the pass rush was dominant all throughout. The pass rush group being used in very creative ways. What was your evaluation of that defensive performance?
I feel the same way. Obviously, I thought that we was in control of the game the whole time. I thought Coach Aranda dialed up some nice pass rush stunts. Bill Johnson, you can see the difference he's made on defensive line. Kelvin Chasson had a great game. Damone Clark had a great game. Marcel Brooks, we put a lot of speed on the field. And what helped is our DBs contested every throw. There was tight coverage. They made a lot of plays. I was so proud of our whole defense.
And so that was going to be my next question is, when you look at it, I mean, the looks were just so multiple in the stunts, who backed off, who came. It was confusing Texas A&M throughout the night. Is that something maybe that LSU fans will see going forward?
Well, I think it's what we need. Obviously, I think Dave found us what fits right for our personnel, and I'm sure he's going to expound on it. That's a package that's very multiple, but using our athletes and using the speed on our team is the way to go.
You mentioned the athletes, and right now it seems like you're playing your best ball at the right time, and specifically on that side of the ball, on the defensive side. And some of the new guys that are stepping up. You mentioned Marcel Brooks. Mo Hampton's played good in the past couple of weeks. Damone Clark, again, around the football. What's jumped out to you as some of the new faces making plays here down the stretch for you?
You know, the development, we say the ongoing skill development throughout the season. We ask our guys to get better fundamentally. We ask our football team that we want to get better each week. We're a team on the rise. We want to get better this week than we were last week. And today's a big day. Today's competition Tuesday. It's a big deal in Baton Rouge. Today's a fundamental day. We're going to get better than we were last Tuesday.
Coach, you were out in front of it yesterday when asked about the attention of Joe Brady, and he's now one of 5 finalists for the Broyles Award, which goes to the top assistant. You guys said you were a step ahead of it. What's it like with him in the building, just working day-to-day with Joe Brady on that side of the ball?
Well, he's in his office breaking down film, very professional. Joe's a great guy to be around, great team player. Him and Steve Ensminger have a tremendous amount of respect for each other. I got to give credit to our athletic director, Scott Woodward. Came up with a plan 2 months ago. He had the vision to see what was going to go on, so we had put a plan together, and that plan is being put in place right now, and I feel good about it.
Coach, we're talking to LSU head football coach Ed Orgeron here on Off the Bench, 104.5, 100.3, 94.7 ESPN. When you look forward to this weekend, in this 12-0 run, y'all have faced multiple top 10 teams, both on the road and at home. There's a lot of good teams littered throughout, right? How does this UGA Bulldog team compare to maybe some of the other best teams y'all have faced this year?
Yeah, I think it's the best offensive line we've seen, T-Bob. I met with a couple of scouts yesterday. There's 3 high picks. That left tackle, Andrew Thomas, is going to be a first-round pick, maybe be top 5. Trey Hill, center, I'll try to recruit him. Kenley's 335 pounds. Cade Mays, Isaiah Wilson. That's the best offensive line. Then you look at DeAndre Swift, an excellent back, and obviously Jake Fromm's an excellent quarterback. On defense, their defensive line is tough. They're aggressive. They're only giving up 10 points per game. They're very solid. Obviously, Kirby is an outstanding defensive coach. The thing I like about Georgia's defense is all 11 has to get to the ball and they get there fast.
Yeah, they've been doing that for a while. I want to pick your brain as a D-line coach. When you see an offensive line as good as Georgia's is, do you get a little fired up? Like, do you get a little extra juice in you?
Yeah, it's challenging. I met with the defensive line coaches last night. I showed them our tape last year, and it's a challenge. And our guys are going to answer the challenge. But you know what? These guys did answer the challenge last year, and it's going. But they can do it again. They did it. They can do it again. But it's going to be a tremendous challenge. We're going to have to get ready. We're going to have to get low in our pads. We're going to have to win our one-on-ones and on the line of scrimmage.
Coach, you got the best quarterback in the country. Do you think you have the best wide receiver in Jamar Chase? He's had a fantastic season.
No question in my mind. If I were choosing, I'd choose him and our whole receiving corps. I think those guys are phenomenal. They're well coached. Jamar and Sullivan's had a tremendous year, and Terrence is going to be an excellent player. Really excited about all our receivers.
Grant Delpit looked like he had some bounce back to him on Saturday night. How's your safety feeling going into championship week?
Yeah, he's fresh. He's ready to go. He's a little sore. Yesterday. Not bad. He'll be ready to practice today. I think that the rest helped him. And, what's helped is Bo Hampton stepping up. As you mentioned earlier, Bo came in and did a great job. Kerry Vincent had his best game last week.
Yeah.
Obviously, I think Jacoby Stevens is playing lights out. Bill Bush is getting a lot out of that position.
Coach, it's kind of crazy when you look at Cardell Flott just seems like he earned playing time just by kicking ass in practice during the year. You got Mo Hampton now playing. You got Derek Stingley Jr., who's been dominant since day one.
Jay Ward.
I mean, have you ever had a freshman secondary like that? I mean, these are true freshmen we're talking about.
No. And you got to give Corey Raymond a lot of credit. He recruited every one of those young guys. He has a great eye for talent, and he's developed those guys. They're ready to play, and we're excited about these young group of corners that we have, and we're excited about the corners that we're recruiting. So we're going to continue to recruit the top corners in America. Speaking
of recruiting, this is a big time of the year right now. How do you manage the schedule? You're fighting for a championship on the field, and you're fighting for the next wave of players here with this early signing period.
Yeah, the thing I like about our recruiting is we visit a lot of these guys in the spring. And a lot of our guys are committed to us right now, so we feel very good about the position we're in with most of our players. We'll not be out recruiting as of right now this week. We're focusing on beating Georgia, and that's our only focus. Now, next Sunday, I'll be on the road. I think I'm going to see anywhere from 17 to 20 players next week, so it'll be a busy week, but it's all part of it, and I look forward to it.
Coach, getting back to first off, I can't really imagine that, right? You finish a 13-week grind, and then Sunday, the next day, you're back on the road. But I guess the pitch is going down a little bit easier now, huh?
Oh, no question. The guys want to come here, and we've opened this up to national recruiting bases. The California area, D.C. area, Florida, Atlanta. We're doing great in Atlanta this year. All across the country, young men want to come play for the Tigers. It's exciting.
Coach, we're going to talk to the Burrows here. Jimmy and Robin are stopping by at the top of the 8 o'clock hour. What's your relationship like with your quarterback's family?
Phenomenal. I feel that we're friends. I'm very appreciative that they trusted us. Obviously, they had to take a leap of faith. They are great people. They're great parents. Remind me of our parents. I mean, they raised some great sons. They love their boy, and I think this has been a great year for them. It's been a win-win situation for everybody.
So it's interesting, right? Because now, if you're trying to sell a quarterback on coming to LSU, it's easy. But at the time, it maybe wasn't. Do you remember what you originally told them? Like when you sat them down and tried to convince them that they should send their son to Baton Rouge from Ohio?
Yeah, about we're going to the spread, and we're going to throw the football. We're going to surround you with great players. Everything that we told Joe has come to truth. So they believed us. They took a leap of faith. I think Joe had to make that final decision in the end. I think what sold him was LSU, competing in the SEC, competing at the highest level, and being the greatest player in the country, and he's become that.
And more, right,
crazy.
Coach? I mean, Jimmy Burrows stops by here every Tuesday. He says, look, we never could have envisioned this I mean, he expected him to have a good season, but I mean, he's the best player in college football, and it's not even close.
Yes, and give a testament to Joe, his work ethic, his grit, his teammates. He's the ultimate team player, and his coaches. He has a great relationship with Coach Ensminger and Coach Brady. Give those guys the credit. They've all pitched in and done it. And again, Joe will tell you it's not about him; it's about the team. So it's about beating the Georgia Bulldogs this week, and that's our focus.
I was in your building the other day, and the efficiency of that building and how it functions, because everybody was talking about it at the start of the season, the nutrition center, the meeting rooms. Now that you've had a season to go through it and preparing, how effective is that place?
It's a weapon. It's a weapon. It's something you want to come to work every day. It's obviously it's beautiful, it's clean, it's shiny, it's new. The nutritional center, I was talking to you guys about it. Mike, our chef is a 5-star chef. As you know, we all played after you practice, man, you're hungry and you don't want to eat the same thing every night. He has a variety. He has great food. It's seasoned well. I myself have gained about 25 pounds in it, so I'm testament. But I think that is the best thing. The lockers and all are great, but when you feed these guys on a daily basis, we got guys that need to gain weight. Our chef is so good; he travels with us on the road to make sure these guys eat the right thing. Very pleased with the whole operation.
A Western Division title in your back pocket, chance for an SEC championship this Saturday, Coach. The state is behind you. Good luck. Thank you for the time this morning.